Good morning, Trump's family. Welcome back to my channel. Have a good day, everyone, and God bless you. Alright, the following is a collection of news from Patriots. Let's get into the news this Wednesday. Dems tap Hunter Biden laptop conspiracy theorist to serve on Afghanistan War Commission. House Democrats on Friday picked a cable TV analyst who claimed Russia was behind the release of Hunter Biden's emails to serve on a congressional commission to review the Afghanistan war. Representative Adam Smith, the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, selected MSNBC pundit Jeremy Bash to serve on the Afghanistan War Commission. The commission will review the U.S. military's involvement in Afghanistan from June 2001 to August 2021, when Joe Biden ordered all American troops to leave the country. Biden has come under fire for his inaccurate prediction that the Taliban was highly unlikely to regain control of Afghanistan. In the absence of American forces, Bash's election could call into question whether the Afghanistan War Commission can conduct an unbiased investigation. Bash cheered Biden's announcement in April 2021 that he will remove troops from Afghanistan by September 11. Months earlier, Bash signed an open letter with 50 former intelligence community officials that claimed Russia had likely released Hunter Biden's emails weeks before the 2020 election. The Intel community veterans were responding to the New York Post release of the emails from my laptop that Biden allegedly abandoned at a computer repair shop more than a year earlier. The official said that they do not have evidence that Russia was involved in the laptop release, but that the disclosure had, quote, all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation. Since the explosive claim, there has been no credible evidence linking Russia to the laptop. The owner of the computer shop in Delaware has said Biden dropped off his laptop for repairs in April 2019 and never retrieved it. Biden has said that he was abusing substances during the period when he allegedly abandoned laptop. The Justice Department is investigating Biden's foreign business dealings, many of which are discussed in emails found on that same computer. Bashar has also served as a chief of staff to the heads of the Central Intelligence Agency and Department of Defense during the Obama administration. Mexico suspends gasoline subsidies as U.S. drivers cross border for deals. Mexico, which has been subsidizing gasoline to soften price baits, said on Saturday the policy would not apply in the U.S. border region this week, citing shortages as more Americans drive south to fill their tanks. The suspension of the subsidy from April 2 to 8 covers cities in the border states of Tamaulipas, Nuevo León, Coahuila, Chihuahua, Sonora, and Baja California, including Tijuana, one of the world's busiest border crossings. Mexico's finance ministry said in a statement, there was a gasoline shortage in the area from an imbalance between supply and demand, as fuel prices have spiked after Russia invaded Ukraine. More people living in the United States are driving across the border into Mexico in search of lower gas prices. Mexico's subsidy has been championed by the government of President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, who has long promised to insulate consumers from sharp price hikes at the pump. Recently, Mexico's deputy finance minister Gatvia Jojo was interviewed by Reuters. In the interview, you already know revealed that Mexico plans to use the extra revenue from higher gas prices to subsidize domestic gasoline and diesel prices. You already have said I think that practically all the surplus that will be generated by higher prices will also be reflected in the cost of gasoline. So we're literally going to have to use the surplus to finance the additional subsidies. Mexico's government is just the latest globally to try to cushion the impact of soaring fuel prices following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and one of the few that has the luxury of additional oil income to help finance those subsidies. Republicans want to bar the Biden administration from lifting sanctions on Iran-sponsored terrorists. Congressional Republicans are spearheading a legislative effort to bar the Biden administration from lifting terrorism sanctions on Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps as part of a new nuclear agreement with Tehran. According to a copy of the new bill, Representatives Brian Mast and Scott Perry introduced on Monday that Preventing Terrorist Sympathizers from Appeasing Terrorist Act, a bill that would block the White House from delisting the IRGC from the Foreign Terrorist Organizations list without congressional approval. The bill was designed to stop the Biden administration from delisting the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps as part of a package of concessions to Iran, written in a new nuclear accord, which is nearing completion and is likely to include a provision that waives key sanctions on the IRGC, potentially allowing Iranian terrorists to more easily enter the United States. Sanctions on the IRGC, which were first imposed by the Trump administration, as part of its maximum pressure campaign on Iran, remain one of the final sticking points in talks. Iran is pressing the Biden administration to nix this designation, even as the IRGC actively plots the assassination of top Trump officials and wages attacks on U.S. forces in the region. The administration's bid to remove these sanctions is fueling opposition to the deal for both Democratic and Republican foreign policy leaders, who worry that such a concession will embolden Iran's global terrorism and spy operations. Carve-outs in the deal that provide Russia with billions of dollars in revenue have also generated outrage among lawmakers. The Mass Perry bill is one of several pieces of legislation meant to force the Biden administration into consulting with Congress on the deal. While the White House is required under a 2015 law to present any deal with Iran to Congress for approval, it is becoming increasingly clear that the administration will bypass this law. A separate piece of bipartisan legislation introduced in the White House last week would require the Biden administration to disclose how sanctions relief for Iran will boost the IRGC capabilities. Quote, "Not only is Biden blatantly circumventing the Constitution he swore to defend, but he's also putting Americans at risk in an effort to appease terrorists." Mass shared, quote, "We're introducing this bill to prohibit him from making executive decisions when it comes to national security, such as delisting known terrorist organizations." Language in the Mass Perry bill states, "The IRGC terrorism designation, quote, may not be revoked or rescinded except by a joint resolution of Congress, while the White House remains under narrow Democratic control." Mounting opposition to the new accord on both sides of the aisle is likely to give the legislation a chance at passing. The bill has been referred to the House Foreign Affairs Committee for further consideration. Representative Scott Perry said the Biden administration is focused on reaching a new nuclear deal in dangerous U.S. national security. Social Security offices to resume in-person services. The Social Security Administration will resume in-person services at local offices on Thursday for the first time in more than 2 years due to the pandemic. Colacasia Cassie, acting commissioner of the Social Security Administration, issued the following in a statement on Monday: "I am pleased to announce that local Social Security offices will restore in-person services, including for people without an appointment, on April 7, 2022. Offices have been closed since March 17, 2020. At the start of the pandemic, this has made it difficult for some people to receive benefits." An NPR report in February stated that the number of people receiving anti-poverty program benefits has decreased by 27% during the pandemic, while claims for death benefits have gone down by 7%. Keisha Cassie suggests that Americans should schedule their appointments in advance rather than walking into the office. Social Security offices have been advised to practice safety measures to ensure the health of its clients. The agency said the following: "Given that many of the people we serve have health vulnerabilities inconsistent with our union agreements, we are continuing to require certain safety measures, including masking, physical distancing, and self-health checks for symptoms." The Social Security Administration said it would provide masks to the public and employees as needed. Hopefully you folks enjoyed this chat this morning. Thank you for watching the video.